You're listening to the suitesflow podcast.
Ciao and welcome from Mario and Alessia to a new episode of the suitesflow podcast. The industry is addicted to control, but the future belongs to radical transparency. Today, we dive into why real estate is now an information business and how hoarding data is the single biggest block to conversion.
Yeah, that really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? For decades, the focus was all, tangible. You know, the lobby, the square footage, the fancy finishes. But as the ideas in the suitesflow essays explore, that's just, it's not where the action is anymore.
Right, the reality has totally shifted. I mean, the building is still what you deliver, sure, but the decision, the actual deal, that's not happening in the sales center tour. It's happening, like you said, in the buyer's head.
Yeah.
Probably while they're looking at their phone.
Exactly. If you're developing property, you're not just putting up walls, you're building data sets. And your success really hinges on how well that information flows, clearly, easily.
And we have to respect how savvy buyers are now. These aren't people waiting to be inspired.
No, definitely not. They're already deep in due diligence mode. They're searching, scrolling, comparing, often unit by unit. They do all this before they even think about reaching out.
So what they need isn't some vague lifestyle pitch.
No, they want clarity. Absolute, verifiable clarity. They're frankly loyal to their own convenience. Speed matters.
Okay, that tees up the first big issue, doesn't it, this?
Yeah.
Pain of obscurity. Because the industry still seems fixated on competing based on, aesthetics.
Oh, completely. Think about where the marketing money goes. Huge budgets for branding, lifestyle shots, storytelling.
We hear it all the time, right? Elevated urban living.
Curated luxury.
Modern comfort.
And look, it's not that those phrases are wrong exactly. The problem is everyone uses them. Every single development in the same city sounds the same. It just becomes background noise. Buyers tune it out.
And there's a real cost to that, isn't there, for the developers?
Huge cost. Marketing creative expenses are going through the roof. But are conversion rates following? Not really. They're often flat.
Because that glossy general stuff?
Yeah.
It's useless when someone's making a massive financial decision.
That's the core point. Buyers are way past the dream stage by the time they're seriously looking. What they want is the cold, hard, verifiable truth about a specific unit.
They're asking really practical questions.
Totally. Like, which way does this unit face? Not just the building, but this window. What's the actual view from apartment 14B, not some perfect airbrushed shot from the roof?
They want certainty, right? About light, the real layout, noise, orientation.
Exactly, the real floor plan, not one where, the tiny closet suddenly looks big enough for yoga.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And if they can't get that solid info fast, like under 5 seconds,
they're gone. Click. Next tab.
That's just how efficient buyers are now. They won't wait for a salesperson to maybe drip feed them the facts.
So the essays suggest clarity is the new luxury. But how do you sell that idea? Especially to developers who've built careers on selling the lifestyle, the dream. Doesn't this feel like giving away the secrets? To competitors even.
It's a mindset shift, for sure. But you have to ask, what are you really giving away? It's just the facts about the product, data that already exists. The old way thinks hiding info gives you control. But today, hiding info just makes people suspicious.
So obscurity doesn't equal control anymore. It equals mistrust.
Precisely. And the cost of that mistrust, way higher than a competitor seeing a floor plan. If you hold back, you're not managing scarcity, you're creating buyer anxiety. And that anxiety pushes them away, maybe to someone offering clarity.
Okay, that makes sense. And that leads right into the next big problem the suitesflow essays highlight, the barrier of gated content, or what you call the friction trap.
Yeah, and this is where it gets, kind of ironic.
How so?
Because developers have all this amazing, precise data, architectural drawings, geospatial info, views, specs for appliances. It's all sitting there, locked up tight in their systems.
But instead of just showing it, making it easy.
They put up the standard wall, 5 generic renderings, maybe a stock photo of smiling people, and then the big one. A massive gate. Book a tour, contact us for pricing.
Yeah, the mandatory form fill.
That's not marketing anymore. That's actively hiding the product. In 2025, it's based on this really outdated idea that you have to interrupt people, force a call, make them fill out 12 fields just to see unit details.
And the results of that friction are not great.
What do the numbers show?
They're pretty stark, actually. Drop-off rates when people hit those forms, often over 70%. Gone.
Wow, 70%.
And even for the few who muscle through, the data quality is often terrible. People know the game. They use burner emails, fake phone numbers, anything to get past the gate and see the info.
The developer thinks they have a lead.
Right, a high-intent lead. But what they really have is a CRM clogged with bad data and zero trust built with the person who might actually want to buy.
It's like building a moat around your best assets. Exactly, a giant, expensive moat. And who does it filter out? The curious, the busy people, the ones who value their time. You're not qualifying serious buyers. You're just annoying most people.
So the focus needs to shift. Stop trying to manage anxiety with fake leads.
And start actually managing the inventory by making it radically accessible.
Okay, which brings us to the solution part. How do we make trust made visible?
It boils down to that strategic shift we talked about, moving away from persuasion towards presentation, anchored in data.
Making the inventory radically accessible and verifiable.
That's the core idea. The most powerful thing you can say now is just, here it is, see for yourself.
Because every unit is different,
Right.
even slightly. So each one needs to be visible instantly.
That's where Real Estate Brand 2.0 starts. It starts with data flow.
And suitesflow is built around making that happen, operationally.
Yes. The new standard has to be unit-specific transparency, delivered mainly through these high-precision virtual tours.
But crucially, not just for a couple of model units.
No, that's the key difference. It has to be for every single unit, whether it's built yet or not. Showing the real layout, the actual specified finishes for that unit, and the genuine view from that unit's windows.
And doing that at scale. That's the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're not talking 5 show units.
We're talking hundreds, sometimes thousands of unique units in a single building.
Trying to do that with traditional 3D rendering methods would be
Impractical. It would take ages, cost a fortune. The dating would be out of date before you even published it.
So the market needed a system, something to turn blueprints into a trusted digital experience fast.
Allowing developers to manage inventory effectively, not just chase questionable leads.
Okay, so unit-specific tours are central. What else helps build that visible trust?
Well, context is huge. That's where features like the POI interactive map come in, point of interest map.
Right, connecting the inside view to the outside world.
Exactly. It helps a buyer understand the whole environment. Local shops, parks, transport links, what's nearby. It lets them visualize their life there, not just the apartment. Context made visible.
And then there's the AI guidance component. How does that fit with transparency?
It works because of the transparency. It uses only the real verified data from every single unit. No guesswork, no trying to predict behavior, just matching needs to facts.
So if you, the buyer, say, I need south-facing and a balcony big enough for 4.
The AI can instantly show you only the units that verifiably meet that criteria. It cuts through the noise of browsing hundreds of similar plans.
It's efficiency, but powered by certainty.
Precisely.
We've established this unit-specific clarity at scale is the big shift. But how is it technically possible? Moving from static images to thousands of dynamic, verifiable digital twins. That sounds complex.
It is, and it relies entirely on the engine behind suitesflow. It's called VIM,
VIM.
Volumetric Information Multiplier.
Okay, break that down. What is VIM, really?
Think of it as a universal translator and architect for the digital twin. It's basically a smart engine that takes all the raw data the developer already has. CAD files, geospatial data, material specs, everything.
Data that's usually locked away, unusable by the public.
Right. And VIM automatically synthesizes all of it. It converts those complex engineering files into reliable, data-anchored digital twins of every single unit.
Automatically, doing the work that used to take artists weeks.
In a fraction of the time, yes. And critically, it makes the unbuilt real.
How does it do that for a building that doesn't exist yet?
It uses the precise geospatial data for the site. So even if it's just foundations, VIM can generate the authentic view from every future window. It calculates the light exposure, the orientation. It's all based on hard data.
So the focus is making trust visible by grounding everything in facts.
Exactly. When you, as a buyer, interact with, say, Unit 1403 online via suitesflow, you're not seeing a pretty picture, an artist's impression. You're interacting with a data-accurate replica.
Guaranteed that what you see, the countertop material, the window height, is what will actually be there.
That's the definition of radical transparency, really. It shifts the power, takes control away from the old-school sales pitch, and puts it firmly in the buyer's hands. It speeds up their decision because it removes friction, removes doubt.
And I guess that's what people are really buying in the end. It's not just space.
No. Developers aren't just building structures anymore. They're building trustworthy data sets that represent homes.
And buyers scrolling through, they're comparing data, comparing certainty.
They're buying certainty. That's what it boils down to.
See you in the next episode.
You're listening to the suitesflow podcast.